Hello, my dear students, and welcome back. I know, exams are just around the corner and things can feel a little tense. But please, don't you worry one bit. We're going to revise this Hamara Bharat chapter together, and we'll do it in a fun and super quick way so everything just clicks into place. My goal is to make you feel totally confident and ready. So, let's get started.
So, what's our plan for today? Well, think of it like an exciting trip through our chapter. First, we'll say hello to incredible India. Then we'll talk about our amazing unity and diversity. After that, we're off on an art tour, and then we'll feel the spirit of our festivals. We'll also meet some very strong people, and of course, finish up with some top-notch exam tips. Sounds good? Let's go.
First things first, let's just take a moment to appreciate our country, our Bharat. It's truly a land of wonders, isn't it? And I'm not just talking about the mighty Himalayas or our beautiful rivers. It's about the feeling, the history of wisdom and courage that is just everywhere. It's something that should make your chest swell with pride. Now, the main idea of this whole chapter is perfectly captured by this logo right here. It's for the Ek Bharat Shreshtha Bharat program. The name itself says everything, right? One India, Supreme India. It's all about making the bonds between all of us, from every corner of the country, even stronger. It's about celebrating all the things that make us different, but also all the things that make us one.
And that brings us to the heart of the matter, unity in diversity. As Renu from our chapter so nicely puts it, we have so many different languages, so many yummy foods, so many colorful festivals. But deep down, underneath all of that, we are all one. And you know what? It's this amazing, beautiful mixture that makes India so special in the whole world.
All right, time to move on to my favorite part, our art tour. We're going to travel all across Bharat without even leaving our seats. And we'll meet some amazing young artists, just like you, who are going to show us some incredible art from their homes. Let's see what they've been creating.
Our first stop is beautiful Uttarakhand, where we meet Akansha. And look at what she's showing us. This is Aipan art. Isn't it just gorgeous? What I love is that it's traditionally made by women during festivals using something so simple, a paste made of rice flour on a red background. It just shows that you can create so much beauty from the simplest things.
Next up, we travel to Odisha to meet Priyaranjan. He's sharing the art of Dhokra. Now get this craft is 4,000 years old. Just imagine that. His tribe uses clay, wax, and melted brass to create these incredible figures. It's like a perfect mix of ancient science and beautiful art. Wow!
Let's head south now. In Kerala, we meet Chicha, who makes these lovely, eco-friendly things out of coconut shells. So cool! And then, over in Andhra Pradesh, Balmarelli shows us the famous Kondapalli toys. The secret ingredient here? A special paste made from tamarind seeds that holds it all together. See? 2 more amazing examples of using nature to create wonderful art.
Okay, everyone, eyes on the screen. This slide right here is a super-duper important exam point. It puts everything we just learned into a neat little table, the artist, their state, and what they use. I really suggest you pause the video here and take a screenshot. It's absolutely perfect for quick revision, especially for those match the following questions.
From the beauty of art, let's fly high into the joy of our festivals. Now, when you think of festivals like Uttarakhand or Basant Panchami, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For me, it's colorful kites dancing in the sky. And that's exactly where we're going next, into a beautiful poem called The Kites. Just listen to how beautifully this poem starts. Up in the air, see the kites fly, like colored birds in the wind-whipped sky. Ah, it just paints such a lovely picture in your mind, doesn't it? Pay close attention to that line. The poet is comparing the kites to something. What is it?
That's it, you got it. They're compared to colored birds. It seems like a simple thing to spot, but trust me, identifying these kinds of comparisons is a very important skill, and it's a favorite type of question in exams.
And this brings us to another big exam point. This special kind of comparison has a name. It's called a simile. A simile is when you compare one thing to another using the words like or as. So, like colored birds is a perfect example of a simile. Please remember this word, simile. It's a very important one.
All right, for the final stop on our amazing tour,
We are going to learn about someone who is truly, truly inspiring. This is a story about a girl who had some very big challenges in her life, but she turned them into her greatest strength. Let's learn the incredible story of Ayla Sachani.
Now, before we go on, I want you to just pause for a second. Think about this. Can you imagine threading a tiny little needle, picking out colorful threads, and making a beautiful, complicated design on a cloth, but using only your feet? It sounds almost impossible, right? Well, Ayla Sachani did exactly that.
Ayla's life journey is just unbelievable. She was born with a challenge that meant she couldn't use her hands, but she never, ever let that stop her. Her amazing family, especially her mother and her grandmother, supported her and taught her how to do the beautiful, intricate art of embroidery with her feet. And with pure hard work, she became an expert, got recognized, and even won the President's Medal for her art. What an inspiration.
And just look, this is the result of her incredible spirit. Look at the stunning detail in this Kathiawar embroidery. The bright colors, the complex patterns, those tiny mirrors. It's just amazing. And to think that every single one of those stitches was made with so much love and precision, using her feet, it's just breathtaking. It really is.
So what is the biggest lesson we can learn from Ayla's incredible story? It's this powerful thought right here. Her life is proof that you can turn any challenge into a victory with focus, with hard work, a positive attitude, and by never, ever giving up. This isn't just a lesson for your exam, Bacho. This is a lesson for your whole life.
Okay, our revision journey is almost at its end. Now for the final and maybe the most important part, making sure you are 100% ready for your exam. Let's look at a sample question together and figure out how to write the perfect answer for it.
So, a question you might get is about her family's role. Now look at this model answer. A really strong answer always does two things. First, it says who helped her, her mother and grandmother. And second, it explains exactly what they did. They taught her embroidery with her feet. If you remember to include both parts, the who and the what, you'll be writing a complete answer that will get you full marks.
Okay, let's do one last super fast recap of the most important points. Ready? Number 1, Ik Bharat, Shreshtha Bharat is all about unity and diversity. Number 2, know your 4 art forms, which state they are from, and what they are made of. Number 3, a simile is a comparison using like or as. And number 4, Ayla Sachani's story teaches us all about determination. Got all that? Perfect.
And that's a wrap on our revision. But before you go, I want to leave you with a little something to think about. We've seen how every person's art and every person's strength adds something special to our country. So what about you? What is the unique talent that you have that adds to the beauty of India? Think about it. All the very, very best for your exams. You have prepared well and you've got this. I know you will do wonderfully. Bye for now.